I hate to say it, but somebody needs to. Soccer cards could have been awesome. They could have been by far the best, most investable sports cards ever. But in 2020, it all went south and they were ruined. Let's go. Hey guys, since we're winding down the videos, I figure we must at least have a Festivus, an airing of grievances. And the biggest one of all, of course, in 2020, Topps and Panini took what could have been something awesome, the soccer card market, and completely ruined it. Ruined it. You cannot find a card, maybe other than two, right, that from 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, that is worth more now than the year it came out. You just can't. I thought the people buying boxes of cards were silly, right? Because you have like a 10% chance. If you bought a box of cards and you had that 5 or 10% chance, whatever it is, and your card, and you sold right away, right? You are much better off than buying cards, singles, because the only singles that I can think of that have actually gone up, and they're not even that significant, potentially Rafinha rookies, which how big is that market? And maybe like a few Mo Salahs, like this is his 2020 Topps Gold. I paid what, $24 for it? Was it at 15 at one point? I don't know. And then that's it, right? Like maybe a couple of his very rare cards. But for the most part, there was tens of thousands of cards printed during this time, right? Your chance of increasing your value buying a card was almost non-existent. This wasn't like 1 out of 1,000, it was 1 out of like 5,000. I mean, I know there's a few random examples. Maybe there's a few guys that have stayed the same. But for the most part, Topps and Panini overproduce cards by a multiple of probably about 20x what they really should have. And to their credit, hey, Topps and Panini do not care what the long-term value of soccer cards are. So when they printed this card in 2020, they never said, well, let's make sure we print these cards to go up in value. No, they said, let's make sure we print enough cards to sell enough cards to make money. Our business model, their business model is not to make money in the long term. They make no money. If I sell this card for $50, they don't make any money on that. They only make it when it's sold for in the box that cards are sold. But I mean, how can you be mad at them? But the reality is they ruin soccer cards. And it could have been so awesome because there are a lot of people in the future that could collect soccer cards. But right now, if you bought anything after COVID, the chances of it retaining value or improving value are just essentially non-existent based on the tens of thousands of cards that were printed. If you own vintage cards, we'll just say this, right? Vintage, you might be okay. I mean, there might be some opportunity in vintage and to have some fun. Even if you own pre-modern, which I would say from the 2010, into the 99 Merlins and stuff like that, there's some opportunity there. There's not a lot of cards. There's very few actual cards like Zidane, and there's one Kaká rookie card, and et cetera, et cetera. There might even be some opportunity there. And even 2014 to 2019, there's some cool sets. And honestly, the old stuff would probably be better off and have more eyeballs in it if the new market was good. Now the soccer card market is just a niche of old stuff. At least the investable soccer card market is essentially just a niche of old stuff and people gambling on packs. That's it. So by the destruction of the modern world, like how can you be a modern collector of anything? I guess you can collect it and have fun collecting it, but you're collecting stuff that's losing value or going to zero. So I don't know, that even hurt. But even though the old stuff is better and less populated, it still hurts that because there's not this nice new market to keep bringing people into it. So, but after 2020, it's over. They ruined it. They burned way too many cards. I don't know what else to say. This is my Festivus, right? Topps and Panini ruined soccer cards in 2020, and they've continued to ruin soccer cards now. Even Yamal, the generational prospect, it will have more rookie cards than who's the best baseball, Jackson Holiday or Jaden Daniels, right, in football. which is collected at a multiple more than soccer cards. They have fewer rookie cards, a lot fewer rookie cards than Yamal. It's unbelievable what they did, and it's not working. It's broken. I don't know if they'll ever stop, but there's just too many cards. Even if you have a 1-of-1 card or 1-of-5 cards, which, by the way, there are 200 1-of-1 cards of every player every year now. It's unbelievable. So what does that actually mean? I just wanted to say, like I said, we're going to wrap the channel up, but we should at least say, like this video if you agree. If you disagree, put your thoughts in the comments, I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess it may be fun to collect. But if you're trying to collect cards or invest in cards that have value in the future, I don't know if you can buy anything after 2020 because production was just simply too high. All right, guys, we'll wrap it up. Put your thoughts in the comments. We'll talk to you maybe soon.